and welcome back to a new video. So today I'm going to be drawing and I thought I would just take you guys along with me and yeah, hope you enjoy! Alright, so let's just get started. So when I sat down today to draw, I had a very clear idea of what I wanted. Like I had this vision in my mind that there would be a garden and it would be very like Art Nouveau style, cool colors, very pretty, and there would be a woman in the middle and then some like wrought iron like gate or like some details like that. So that was my idea and it was such a clear vision. So I got started on the general layout and I kind of struggled a little bit because I had a clear vision in my mind, but then when I went to actually draw something down, I'm like my mind blanked and I couldn't like picture how anything looked at all. So I ended up just sketching a little bit and I ended up with this little layout, which looks crazy, I know, but I just wanted to get something down on the paper, so yeah. And then as you can see here, I started drawing something, ooh, and no, it's not a woman. I started drawing a deer for some reason. I guess I kind of got like intimidated by drawing a person, so I decided to draw a deer instead, and I ended up struggling with that instead of struggling with the person. So basically the same thing, right? But yeah, I'm just drawing a deer here, and honestly, this deer went through quite some phases in its life. Like first, it looked like a pig. Then it just kind of looked like a weird rabbit, and then it just looked like a cow. So I don't even know, but in the end, I landed on like this, which honestly doesn't look very deer-like, but it looks the most deer-like out of everything. So I decided to stick with it because I knew I wouldn't be able to do better. So once I kind of finalized the drawing, I started doing the line art, which was pretty simple. I really tried to make the line work interesting with like a lot of line variations, and I thickened the lines a lot where the shadows would be and everything. And I'm pretty happy with how this looks, so yeah. As for the scenery slash garden, I really wanted a lot of vegetation around the deer, you know, to make it look like an overgrown garden type thing. So I added a bunch of grass and I thought that would be a little bit boring. So I added some like fern-like plants here and there as well. And for some extra details, I drew like light lines on the grass to, you know, just add a little more details. And then on the deer's antlers, I also drew like a little vine, like tangled, wrapped around the antlers to make it seem like, you know, he's been there a while or something, I don't know. As you can see, that arch shape I had drawn around the whole thing to frame it, that is going to be like the archway. So I got started on that and I decided to use a Sharpie to outline it because I wanted it to be very thick and I wanted it to stand out a lot. So that's what I'm doing here. And then I just moved on to more of the vegetation. I really wanted there to be a lot of plants in the background, so I added a lot of vines and hanging plants from the ceiling just to, you know, add more details and make the tangled vine around the antlers seem more believable. I also added some trees on either side of the deer just to add, again, more interest and to fill in the empty spaces. And once I was happy with that, I decided to do the details for the arch. Now for all the details on this arch, I really just drew random things and kind of made it work. I didn't have like a solid plan, so I just drew random swirly patterns, random squiggles, just try to make it look good. And overall, I like it. The only thing is those two very topmost little swirls. They turn out very squarish, and I don't think they match the rest of it, but overall, I'm pretty happy. And then where the arch straightens out from that point down, I just drew horizontal lines to kind of be like bricks, because I didn't want the like detailed part to go all the way down to the ground. So yeah, I just did all of that. And for the background, I decided that I wanted another archway, but that to be just bricks. So I just did that, drew a little archway, and then I did lines coming out of it to kind of look like bricks. And then for the very, very background, I really didn't know what I wanted yet. I tried drawing like a little stained glass window situation, but I decided to just leave it blank and decide later. So then I just moved on to colors. And I really wanted to go with a cool color scheme, so I mixed up like a coolish brown for the deer and I started painting. Once I got a flat wash of that brown color, I went and I darkened it a little bit and I went over all the parts that would be in shadow, like the back legs, and then just where there would be shadows, yeah. Then I also mixed up a cool green for all the vegetation and I just did a light wash of that over everything, and I went back in with shading just like with the deer and just darkened up them things, added contrast, you know, made everything pop. Then I just mixed up some gray and did some shading on the white bricks to the side just to make them actually look like bricks and not just uncolored parts of this drawing. And at this point, it was time to decide what to do for the background, and as you can see, I decided to just stipple some like greenery back there because I didn't want to overcrowd it by doing a lot of line work and more details there, but I also didn't want to leave it blank, so I just did a bunch of greenery to kind of give it the idea that there's stuff there. And then after doing some more little details, shading here and there, it was done, and here's the final product. I am very, very happy with it. I think it looks really good. I love the colors and I'm just happy with how it looks. So yeah. And thank you guys for watching, and yeah, if you enjoyed, please subscribe and whatnot, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!